On the left, we are doing a deceleration followed by a rear cross. So the dog is going to head in this direction. On the right, we're going to do the exact same sequence, but we're going to come in here. The handler is going to do a front cross. Here, the handler is going to rear cross. And so the first thing I'm going to do is show you that the two ways are about the same in terms of time. The dog gets to this middle jump at about the same time, turn, and gets to the final jump and over the bar at about the same time. So whether you do the front cross or the rear cross, your time should be about the same. But what I'm looking at today is this jump right over here. And when we take a look at that jump, you'll see how the front cross can really block the dog's view of that obstacle. So if we take a look, let's zoom in here and look just at the front cross side. You can see the handler starts the front cross, moves into position, and as the dog jumps a little bit long here and has to come back to get this jump, the handler's body is in between the dog and the jump. The handler is covering the jump. I call it covering the jump. The handler is going to uncover the jump very late. For people who do not get through their front crosses very quickly, for people who do a lot of backward stepping or they remain frozen in place and the dog has to swing around them, they're going to uncover the jump even later. And by later, I mean the dog's going to be really close to the bar. And so what happens is the dog cannot see the bar until, let's look at this moment right here. Right here. Now the dog's head is clear of my thigh. How much time does the dog have from the moment they can see exactly where the bar is to the time they have to take off? Less than 1/10 of a second. The dog's front feet are already in the air. You can see the dog's already halfway over the bar in just 3/10 of a second. That's how little time the dog has. Now the dog, of course, has an idea that the jump is there. From the maneuver, the dog probably saw it, and it saw the jump in the peripheral vision as the dog was coming over the previous jump. But they don't know for sure until right at that moment when you get out of their way. Now let's compare that to the rear cross. With the rear cross, there's no uncovering. The dog gets a free look at both obstacles. So as the dog comes over here, you can see the dog turn her head. And now, what is she looking at? She's looking directly at this jump, and she's got a clear line of sight the whole way. Still looking at the jump. And now she's really free to measure that jump and take it exactly as she wants in a way that's going to keep that bar up more often than if she's front crossing. So I have found this to be true with the Golden Retriever that I've been running for a couple of years now. She's a little bit of a bar knocker, and she drops more bars on front crosses. And I think that's because I'm uncovering the jump, the bar that gets knocked, I'm uncovering that jump late at the last second. And so I found when I switched to rear crosses in a lot of situations, she did a better job of keeping the bar up. She's less likely to drop bars in general on rear crosses, so there were a lot of places, including preliminary rounds at big national events, where I opted for more rear crosses instead of front crosses in order to maximize my chances of keeping up the bars. So I just wanted to share this concept of front crosses really covering a jump, and anytime you uncover a jump at the last second, that's going to be a risky bar for the dog to drop.